How about now? How about now? Yeah, I don't know. This phone, this has been one of these days for me. So can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? So I got to repeat everything I just said? Okay, yeah, I must have somehow hit a button or whatever. Anyway, thank you very much. As you can see, the knobs I've slightly changed a little bit from how they come stock, and they're pretty much the same one. These are definitely built stouter than the other ones. You can order these in like they call it 88 millimeter, but it's basically 90 millimeter, which are close to the same thing style wise. But these are definitely the beefy. Like if you're really wanting a true, big powerful power crank handles, try to track down the Gomexus. But if you're just kind of looking for that blingy look and what I guess would be as strong as your standard stuff, these high star or high 10, and they say something else on the C stir or something on the, I don't know if you can make that out. Oh my God. C star, I think, is what they say on the actual handle. But these are pretty good. So anyway, I've been waiting on all that other stuff to come in. I'd almost forgot about that power handle, by the way, took forever. This took forever from eBay, but it finally showed up today. It showed it was in the States, and then it shows in the shipping when I tracked it that it came from, I'm trying to show you one of these other ones. So here, I guess this is my best example of it. So here's what you get when you order these knobs separately, and that other handle, like I showed you, one of these in silver, and then you cut them down, and you end up with like a custom 90 millimeter instead of 100 millimeter. So you kind of have a power handle, but not as powerful as 100 millimeter, and then you make these in like 110, 120, or whatever. But in my opinion, that is as big as anybody needs to go that's out bass fishing, whether you're big monster swim baits, I don't care what you're fishing. Honestly, any freshwater fishing can probably be accomplished with any of that kind of stuff, probably with this kind of stuff. But so anyway, I just ordered, as you can see, I have, oh, here's a gold one. And there's a gold one I'm thinking about putting on my BFS, the Joker, which is basically a lingual. You can still get, you can't find the lingual with the true Shimano style FTB braking, but you can get the linguals that are they got one with the gold spool, but it's just like mag track style braking, and then they got one with the deep or a shallow spool, still mag tracks. Anyway, I now have about 3 extra power handles that I'm not using at the moment. But you never know. You might need them. So let me show you what I did today while I was over here jacking around waiting on UPS to show up that never came. So if you remember right, I have these other power knobs came in, and I put them on this one, but I finally I swapped handles. That is actually the handle off the Habo Arise Elite, and it's a longer, like a 90 millimeter handle. Came with them real crazy little small knobs. I put these on it, and then I took the Shimano or the Abu Garcia handle. I'll show you that one. I put it on the Elite because I've got it on. I rigged it back up, which it's about the best fit on the Cayenne Teton. So I went ahead and used, I had to, that was an ordeal. This comes with a funky drag star assembly. So it is the kind that you can push in, you know, it's got the spring and all that, but it isn't set to like what Daiwa is. So I had to change out all the internal stuff to what Daiwa uses, which is what this drag star is designed to work on. I had to add the like cone to give it the drag tension, if you guys know what I'm talking about. One of those that are like curved. It only comes with one and a spacer and a real little nut. So like here's the stuff. And then the drag star clicker is like 13 fishing or Shimano, to where it's like a little spring and stuff, like that little thing right down there in the bottom by my finger that is easy to lose, and that was just a plastic. So in my opinion, an improvement. Whether I stick with that handle or not, I don't know, but I'm definitely going to leave that drag star. Matches up with the red spool, and the Elite just got probably a little heavier, but in my opinion, a little bit of an upgrade. Still clicks on the, because I had to switch that piece out too. I had to basically change everything to get it to accept that, but then it fits right on. It looks good. So it's ready to go. That is my one BFS rod I got set up at the moment. The other two, I don't even know if I really am going to have a need for them right at the moment. I mean, I can pull this one out at any time. All I need to do is put a handle on it and put it on whichever one of the other ultralight rods I want to use. But then I've got this one that Brew Tank needs to buy from me. So look at all these parts I've got everywhere that I got to put up. Should I take this out of the package and switch it over to the other one? I don't know if I'm going to mess with it. Now you can put different, you could, well, you wouldn't want to, but you could put smaller knobs on that bigger power handle. But that is a chunk of weight right there. These are if you're going swim baiting. If you're throwing, well, not even this size. If you're throwing bigger swim baits than this, then maybe you need one of these, but you probably don't. So I had a question: are you guys having issues with Tacklewarehouse also, or not? Or is it just me? Because every order this year, like I don't remember when the last order was, but the last 3 or 4 orders, and I think they all were since January, maybe one in December. I don't know. Like they send me notices saying they're going to deliver, and then they send me another notice saying that's the next day, and maybe even the next day. I don't know. They keep putting it off, and then it's never like within a week. So normally, I used to get Tacklewarehouse. You know, you order over $50, and they would ship it to you, and usually within 2 or 3 days. So if I ordered what I needed on Saturday or Sunday before the next Friday night came, you know, for sure, I always had my stuff. It is not the case anymore. I was just curious, any of you guys that are, you know, regularly order on Tacklewarehouse, is it something they've got goofed up with my address, or I don't know what's going on? Is it UPS? It's got to be UPS, I guess. I mean, I get stuff coming from China, and at least the tracking's consistent, where it shows up, and then when they send me a thing saying it's going to be delivered, out for delivery, I get it that day. When UPS says out for delivery, I'm like, yeah, I've heard that before. And then sure enough, by 5, 6 o'clock that night, they send another thing saying, or the next morning they'll send a, you know, change it up. It's kind of frustrating. So that's all I really had for tonight. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. Other than I switched up the handles, I have been, like I mentioned, it was, you know, 60 degrees today. So I did get out and I did some test casting and different stuff. And one of you guys commented, I'm like, what do you guys call, we have Daiwa fanboys, and then we have, like, I started getting some Lose stuff, right? So I ask you guys, like, what are the, you know, if you prefer Lose, what do they call those guys? Like Lose fanboys? And somebody said losers. I thought that was funny. But anyway, I was out, throwing, flipping, pitching, casting, underhand, roll casting and stuff. And I'll be honest, this combo right here feels probably as good as any of them I've got. Now, when you get on the water and of course, bottom contact, sensitivity and all that. But that combo, it just feels very, very good when I was throwing that bait. So it ends up weighing like 20 grams like that. It's just, what this is, 610 medium heavy. This combo right here just feels good. It palms good, the spool. It casts it real hard. Where did I have it set at? I think it's just at 3. But I can like zing that out hard, or I can underhand like flip it, and it doesn't, like, the spool just feels free, but sort of under control. I have it set just like I set all mine, where this has just enough tension to, when you drop like a 16th ounce crappie jig, off the end, it just has the slightest resistance, but not much. And that's just kind of where I set my spools, as long as they still have that. Unfortunately, my newest Steez doesn't have that ability, but that set like that, this on 3, this thing just, that's 20-pound braid with the, I think I only have a 15-pound leader. P-line original, but this thing just feels, for a rod that says built by Lose, it's probably somewhere I bet I can find it says made in China. But yep, look right here, made in China. My goodness. Yeah, I know, I'm like the real test. I left this on because I'm still trying to. Oh, I did add I took that directly off I think it's a little too much weight. But this weight I put in the back is directly off of my Poison Adrena 611 medium plus, and it definitely balances out to where this thing, like I've talked before. So the way I palm is like this, and so when I'm holding the rod, I want it to balance in between my 2 front fingers. So if I can hold like that, and it's setting their balance. So if I start to move, this finger on the front, I can just almost rock and pivot. It's not a huge deal unless you're like just kind of bottom bouncing stuff, which I try to utilize I'm hoping this rod's sensitive. That's the only thing that, I'm sure it's sensitive, but I'm hoping it's somewhere with the Poison Adrena, or preferably even up to where the P5s. I know it's probably not going to be where the NRX pluses are. It's hard to tell. Like when you're out there just casting in grass and you're throwing over twigs and sticks, and you're, like, close your eyes and see where, what you can feel, what you can't feel. It's just, you can't quite get the true sensitivity of something until you're casting baits out in the water and, working jigs or shaky heads or whatever on the bottom, and then just actually getting hits and stuff, like which rods are more sensitive than others, kind of thing. But I'm hoping the 2 Lose rods I've got are, as long as they're somewhere around the Poison Adrena, I'll be happy. Or I would actually, I'm hoping that this one, that it's Lose highest end rod, I'm hoping it's pretty sensitive. And I did have a question, because I'm thinking about buying one tomorrow. And I know, like, Trey Harple and a lot of people go by the Dobbins rods. So I'm tempted to buy one of those. So you guys comment, if you fish Dobbins, how sensitive they are. If you have or have had NRX, have had the Mega Bass or the Poison Adrenas, like, where do those Dobbins rods rank? Like the HP, the orange one. I just call them by the colors. Not the whatever their fanciest $500 one is, but you've got the orange one, the blue one, and then all the other Sierras and the Cadens and the Furies and all those. I know they're not going to be sensitive. I've had several in the past, but it's been so many years ago since I had my Extreme. It was a 744, I believe. I remember it being very sensitive, but I was comparing it to like Bass Pro Shops and lightning rods. So it was blowing those away for sure. But I don't know where they are now compared to like some of the rods I've gotten used to now. Because I'll be honest, if you just have rods that aren't super sensitive, but that's all you have, you kind of develop the ability to just kind of detect that. But if you go out here fishing with fairly sensitive rods and then you grab one that isn't sensitive, you're gonna like be very delayed on setting a hook, trying to if something hit. I don't know. It's just hard to explain. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I guess I'll get off here. Hopefully tomorrow or sometime this week, I will have some bluegill skirts, like 9 different brands that we can look at, and I'll be making a video just to show that. So if there's one that, I'm sure there's going to be a couple that I like over the others, but as far as which ones, when we actually get out and start fishing, tend to just get bit more than the others, I'll have this video to go back and I'll know exactly which brand in case I were to get them mixed up. If I need to order more, I probably won't ever need to order any more bluegill skirts, since I will have, some of them are 3-packs, some of them are 5-packs, and I ordered like 9 different ones. And I already have bluegill baits, so the chance of me needing another bluegill skirt may never come again. So anyway, I just thought I'd put a quick video out so we can do the unboxing on this, which was, I know, you guys aren't very enthused, are you? You know what, though? We're going to open it up. I can't wait. We're going to open it up just so I'm going to show you guys we're going to weigh it. So this thing's a tank. So what we're going to do, and then we're going to get out of here. We're going to open this Gomexus up. So if you wanted to switch, we're going to try to do roughly, if you wanted to switch, and I wish that color gold is what you could get in all this, like that satin gold in a lot of these different reel parts would be awesome. But no, they just know how to make it on cardboard paint. Now, the Gomexus stuff is from either eBay or AliExpress. I don't know about Temu. I've never gone on Temu. I don't have a TikTok and I don't have a Temu. I started getting stuff off AliExpress, I don't know, quite a while back. This feels like a tank. So if you wanted to switch, let's just say like I did, you almost have to. Oh, these are different. Look at that. These are different. Oh, is this an upgrade? Because that looks way better. I'll show you on mine here in a second. I just now noticed that. So this is going to go in here. So when you are switching that out, and then a lot of them don't say it, but when you look up the Gomexus stuff, you'll see that a lot of them, the old style, used to have these different little squares that went in for Shimano or Daiwa or whatever. But now they're all just made like a one solid Abu and Daiwa, and then if you want to adapt to Shimano, this one didn't come with it, but they'll give you, and these little spacers, you might need to use them to space, if, like, say if you tighten this nut up and it still wobbles, then you'll need to add a spacer or 2. But then you can get the Shimano, I think you can order these for Shimano and they come maybe already cut, but like if I wanted to put this on a Shimano, I could add one of these little things and it would work. But I'm not sure if you order the actual Shimano one, if it comes pre-cut a little smaller. I guess I should check that and make sure it's for Daiwa. Yeah, it should be. But this is a upgrade in my opinion, and I'll show you mine here in a second. Unfortunately, well, I guess if I could put it on mine now, and then if I use this on like if I could put this on the well, any other than a Steez, if I put it on my Zillion or a tool or something, I would use the right one of those, and then I could still use that on the one I've got. But that part, let's weigh this. So if you were putting this on, you guys will just have to take my word for the weight. I guess I could try to clear a spot out here to show you. I don't know if you can see the number anyway or not. So let's grab, if I got one sitting here. So it's missing a few things, but like just a stock little 80 liter. I don't think I've got a nut laying anywhere close. 20, probably 22 grams by the time you add the nut, and the other deal maybe 24 tops. But if you wanted to add this, I hope it'll fit on there. That thing barely fits. So 44, so you're doubling the weight of your handle assembly if you want to add that. Now I've got somewhere, no, I already took, I'll just show you this one. So here's one that just has a smaller type of cork thing. So yeah, 24.9. You actually can shave. I think you either keep it the same or shave off some if you switch out the plastic rubbery ones to the cork. The cork actually sometimes is lighter. But anyway, if you want to go powerful, power knobs, it's gonna increase the weight. So yeah, let me show you that real quick, and then we're gonna end the video. I know it's not a very exciting night. There's no Fireball and there's no Tacklewarehouse orders. So I think I'm going to switch that out now. But you see that? It's what this one came with. And all the other spares that it came with are just like that. So, in my opinion, this newer styling, they've switched it up. That's just a cooler look. Matches the, whoa, focus. Matches the knobs more. It's just got that directional type thing as opposed to that funky looking thing. That's worth 50 bucks right there. No, but DRT stuff, it doesn't take many. You get a couple extra deals and it's like insane the price of that DRT stuff. And the liver, whatever it is, some of those handles, some of that stuff's expensive. So yeah, that's kind of cool that they switched. Is the handle the same? Oh, you know what? They've switched. This is different. Okay, so it's very close, but somehow they've changed the styling. I want you guys to look if you can see what I'm seeing. For whatever reason, if my older one, see those little holes? They're like holes drilled in this one. I have no clue why it has those, but this one doesn't have them. But they both have that like etching kind of finish to where they're like smooth on this side, but then this side has that etched kind of look, like the machine mark, which is on purpose. But yeah, that's slightly style different. And I've noticed all the knobs I've been ordering, the chrome is more of a dark, which some people would like that. But on these caps, they are metal. These are pretty heavy, by the way. All right. Well, good to know. I honestly, I couldn't tell you if this coming from eBay. I don't know if this is old stock, new. I don't know if this is the, I don't know if this is the newer style or that is the newer style. I really don't know for sure. I know none of these look identical to the pictures on the descriptions you'll find. A lot of them have this cut out to that hex type thing like I talked about, and then you got to put in the different ones, and I know that is the newer style is like this, but anyway. All right, guys, that's it. Hopefully we learned something about Gomexus. You never know what you're going to get. Just order you a handle assembly and go with it. They do this feels very good anyway, but I just, you know, I always reshape mine. Like I've got a set in here that aren't even on anything that I've already cut down, but they won't go on these because they're, these will fit on Shimano's also. Oh, I know, I could put this on my, that's what I should do. Put this on my BFS Shimano. What do you guys think? It'll work. It could work. Then put it on my lightest rod, the King Teton 522 SUL with big power knobs. Just because I can, if I wanted to. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We will be working on bluegill skirts sometime this decade, maybe. UPS, thank you. Until then, get out and go buy some bonsai, but whatever you do, don't decide to order 9 different brands of skirting material from Tacklewarehouse. See you later.